basically, I look at news stories that have a religious aspect to them and also have an aspect that feels like an abuse of power. And what I do is pull it apart and say, okay, religion, let's put the religion over here, okay? Islam is a religion. We believe in freedom of religion. I believe in freedom of religion.
So
it's very, very important.
Yep.
Okay, and let's look at the politics over here. And when you start looking at the politics over here, you get a sense of what's going on, because there's this new bully on the street, and this bully's walking around stepping on women's rights and free speech, but every once in a while he mentions religion, and everybody backs away. So he's getting a free pass to do all this because, well, you know, we don't want to go there. And this is what's going on.
You show in here at the very beginning that, you know, this is communism, this is fascism, this is Nazism, and it's the same thing. It's not really about anything other than control people.
It's about control, exactly right, of everyone. And, you know, if you think about it, those political movements didn't get to the United States. They didn't get very, they didn't deep.
They're deep here.
They are deep here?
Don't you think? No, these are.
Oh,
this
yeah, yeah.
Is, yeah, not the other
sorry.
ones. Yeah.
But what I was saying is that those other political movements really didn't get roots here. This has roots here. And the reason why this has roots here and the others didn't is two things. One is it's got the cover of religion. And two is petrodollars, oil dollars. You know, the bad guys have oil dollars. They have access to it. And so those are the two things. That's the reason why it's gotten so far here. And those other movements didn't have either one of those.
How do your New York liberal friends, or, you know, I imagine your friends are probably like-minded because they're your friends, but how do you, I mean, I honestly, I read this and when you came in the studio, I said, this is a death warrant. This is, I mean, even the President of the United States, I will not have people malign the Prophet Muhammad. Well, this doesn't, but this is what they will always say is, because it's a cover for the power. How do your friends react to this?
I think, you know, not well.
Yeah, I bet.
If you actually get them to look at the facts and read some of it, they'll say, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And that's a huge problem, is that people are very quick to jump, and they haven't read anything.
I know.
They don't know the facts. And this book has a tremendous amount of facts in it. It really is. Can
you give me some of the facts that stand out in your mind? Give me some of the things that you say, when you started putting this together, you go, oh my gosh, people don't know this.
Okay. Well, let's relate it to something that happened recently. Okay, so one of the things is that under Sharia-ism, which is a political movement to control, under Sharia-ism, there's abuse of women. And we know that there's, in this country, this is a very old statistic because there aren't any new ones, there's 228,000 girls may be cut, female genital mutilation. It's called cutting. 3,000 forced marriages in this country, in America. These are first and second generation women and young girls who are living in a life of fear because their husbands are Shariaists. Okay, there's Muslims over here, there's Shariaists over here. And, you know, I'm sure you know that there was a film released recently called Honor Diaries. And Honor Diaries was a film about 9 women sitting around in a circle talking about the abuse that they experienced back in their home countries, whether that was Sudan or Iran, that way. And they started talking about the abuse that they were subjected to, and the fact that this abuse is now here. And many of these women are now committed to make sure to protect women and girls in the West from this. And there were 7 Muslim women, 1 Sikh, and 1 Christian. And then all of a sudden, we find out that the University of Illinois, the University of Michigan, the University of, I don't know, there's another one somewhere, doesn't want to show this film. Now, why don't you want to show this film? You know, these women need to tell their stories. This is not happening over there in some third world country. This is happening here.